There we go.
The final preseason game finally. And after this, finally, we will have real football.
Real football.
I mean, this is real football. It's just football that doesn't matter. That's what we're saying.
I guess. Yeah. That's true.
I mean, it's real football, but it just don't matter football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's like I think everybody calls this the Austin Eckler game because it's the game where players figure out if they could find a way to make an impact in this game, to find a way on the squad somewhere or another.
Right.
So this is the Austin Eckler game.
And this is going to be the big one for a lot of players, man. I mean, I think bottom line, Easton Stick better show up. I think there's plenty of QBs we can go after. So we got a lot to talk about. We got some videos teed up. So guys, let's get into it.
Boat Rose.
Let's go.
What's up, Kermit here, man? You watching the Boat Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Shout out blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Boat Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic Supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Boat Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bullets in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
All right. Okay, guys. People are coming in now, so here we go.
I'm about to share it on Instagram right now. That's what's
on the gram.
On the gram. You got to do it for the gram.
Good to see us win just for the vibe. I agree.
Yeah,
Miguel, good to see you.
Miguel,
Extinguish the guilt. What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Hey, what's up, Extinguish? What's good?
What's going down, guys? So, man, we got some about this preseason game, man. Like, I think it was Jim Harbaugh talking a little bit about it, and he said in his presser, he said 15 starters on both sides of the ball are not going to be playing this game.
Yep.
So 15 starters offense, 15 starter defense. You realize it's 15 starters doesn't make sense because there's only 11 men on each side that are starters, but those guys are like locks for the team. So now they're really pretty much looking at 23 slots for 53-man squad.
Yep.
At this point, plus your 16 for your practice squad. So this is the final ability to build your resume to find a way on this team. Pretty much.
And not our team, maybe somebody else's team. So
everybody else is looking at all the cuts from any other team. If you make an impact, you find a way potentially on another team too. So it's a big game for a lot of guys.
Yeah, I mean, I could show you guys so many plays. Easton Stick is so hard to watch, guys. I like. Let me show you one play here, guys. Like, I just was so aggravated, and I know we're gonna probably talk about Easton Stick anyways, too, right here. But
Alan, just to go back to Alan's question here. Great to see you guys. Good to see you too, Alan. Do you think we should play some of our stars like our running backs? And look, like you have to basically just kind of know the way Jim Harbaugh operates. I mean, Gus and JK have not been on the field at all. And I think they're just letting them hey, let's let them wait till the season. Who cares? Like, we don't really need them till week 1. And when we were at camp, I felt like they were playing well. They look good. They look great. I mean, I think they're going to be ripping and roaring. I really do wish that there was at least like maybe 2 possessions with Justin Herbert. Like, I would love it just to be able to see him out there. But once again, it's that same idea. We only need him till week 1 or at week 1. And then from that point, they're the guys. So
mighty $10 super chat if you can answer trivia question. Okay. All right. No cheating.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay.
Hold on. I'm going to chat GPT this real quick. Let me just show you this. This is horrible footwork by Stick. Happy feet. Watch this. Yeah. And it almost throws a pick. It's like, good God, dude. Like, that is so bad, guys. And like,
good gravy.
I'm telling you, good gravy. Good, you sound like dad now. I mean, bottom line, he's either going to he's playing the entire game, by the way.
Yeah,
he's playing the entire game.
He really is.
It's either,
my goodness.
Yeah, he's playing the entire game. It's he's going to be our backup quarterback, or we're going to cut him. Is what I
come on now, dog. Come on.
I would imagine Luis would get some sort of snaps because it's still kind of like it's very much like up in the air about still like who is the two like at this point. Like,
well,
I understand
the reason why
he had the gold jersey at camp. I get it, but like, man, I would assume a Luis would get something at least late in the fourth. I don't know, like give him something.
You're breaking up there, James, really bad. Yeah, sorry about that. I could not hear you talking at all there for a second. No, he's not going to play at all. It's going to be a 100% stick, and they're going to determine whether or not he's going to be the guy or not, and that's it.
Man.
So and look, I think this is it. Like, this is his game. If he has a pick, if he has a fumble, if he screws up, he's gone. Let me show you one more little play real quick, and then we could get into the slide deck because this is an awesome run play. I did a short on it also, but this is a great run play. So Pipkins and Alt are going to pull. This is what's called a GT counter, right? And it's awesome. And I didn't think that they were going to. I didn't think Pipkins would be able to do this, but watch him run. He runs this way, and Alt runs this way. This is a pure running play that is like an absolute bread and butter running play. But you have to be really athletic to pull and make this happen. But it's awesome. It's going to come to this side. Just watch this play. I love this play. And Kamani does a great job. He's a small guy just kind of hiding in the backfield. It's awesome. So watch these two guys.
Fisk right there too. Fisk is looking good too. I mean, he's only been here, I don't know.
How many days? Yeah.
4 days, 2 days, something like that.
Look at that. That's such a great run, guys. And again, that's awesome. What the Chargers never really had. We never really had a running game like this. And this is a baseline play. Yeah. This is like high school 101 baseline play. And it looks good. By the way, how does this look on your guys' end as well? I want to make sure it's not.
It's great. It's looking good on the stream. I'm watching it on YouTube for sure.
Good. I just want to make sure it looked all right. Yeah. Cool. So I mean, I got a ton of videos we could show, guys. But I figured I would just show that really quickly and just a couple of things. Let's get into the slide deck for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. And this is kind of a funny one here. I wouldn't say funny.
It's pretty funny though.
I wouldn't say funny, but when I first read it, I thought, oh crap, something bad happened. Like, that's the first thought I had. Like, what happened? Several players and members of the Chargers traveling party, and I'm like, oh crap, what does this mean? What does this mean? But basically, they were stranded in an elevator at the team hotel in Dallas. And I was thinking about it like they never said which players, which, members of the team being in there or anything like that. But I was thinking, who would be in that one? And who would be the panicking guy like Dwight Schrute from The Office, if you remember that episode when Pam.
Yeah. Still one of the best shows ever on TV, by the way.
Oh, fantastic. Like Dwight Schrute panicking after Pam tricked him in the elevator getting stuck and everything too. And, Dwight peed in the corner because he said you got to start a pee corner pretty much and all that stuff. And who would be the panic guy? Who would be the funny guy? Who would be the guy trying to be the even keel kind of guy? Like, who would be those guys?
I think Deion Henley would be the funny guy. J.K. Dobbins would be with him. They would be joking about it the whole time. Yeah, for sure.
And I would imagine that Jim Harbaugh would have some sort of inspirational quotes to try to keep people positive about the situation. Like, but who's the panic guy? That's the thing. Who's the panic guy? Easton Stick is a little panicky in the pocket. So
he's got happy feet, bro. He's like that retarded penguin. What was that movie? Happy Feet?
Is that what it was called? PC, bro. PC, bro.
Oh, my bad, dude. I'm just saying. Oh, he wasn't retarded. He's just slow. Either way, you get what I'm saying. No, but that is a pretty funny situation, dude. Like, it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, it's crazy. I guess it was like between 3rd floor and like 12th floor or something. So they had to like pull him through the elevator and then go up wherever they had to go to.
They had to go like up to the roof.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What do you bet? What do you bet? Like the players of the Cowboys, called in a favor and had like
pulled the fire
lock him down, dude. Down.
One thing that I thought about, Kyle, I thought about the time, I think it was either Maui or Oahu or whatnot, when we took those neighbors' surfboards.
No.
Yeah. So we went surfing and we went out there for a couple hours or whatever. And then we came back and then we got in the elevator and my leash got caught on the 1st floor Just kept going up and kept getting tighter. And I'm like, oh crap!
You're like, oh no!
Straight up snapped. Elevator stopped. It was good enough for us to be able to get out of the elevator, so we just walked out of the elevator and acted like nothing happened, and boom, we had that elevator was broken for the week pretty much, and so that was our bad. My bad.
We ain't gonna say which hotel that was.
Nope.
You know, so yeah.
Nope. We will not talk about what hotel that was, but that's the first memory I thought about this. So pretty funny. Pretty funny.
Goodness.
Eddie says Tuesday, 1,500 players getting cut. 500 will be on a practice squad.
Crazy, right? Crazy.
Jeez. So 33%.
That's why there's going to be quarterbacks like Bailey Zappi might be available.
Yep.
I don't think Stick's sticking around, dude.
Yeah.
No pun intended, or pun intended. I don't know however you want to say that, but yeah. Hey, what? Oh, I like that.
Oh man. Well, I got a throwback photo here. I just want to throw it.
No beard, looking sharp, dude.
Dude, it's crazy. No beard, James. I'm actually wearing the same jersey that I'm wearing in that too. So back at the good old Qualcomm, dude. Good old Eric Weddle and everything
Murph.
too. And so the Murph, man, it was good times. I think I was there with one of my roommates at the time. I think it was a Bronco game. Good times, man. It was really good. Just kind of fun to be able to look at the throwback photos. I think that was like 2013 or something like that. Maybe even 2012, something like that. It was a while ago. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, guys, throw your questions out as well too, right? What do you guys want to see preseason? All the above.
But in this slide, Timmy, it's like I think we've reiterated this a couple different times. But Justin Herbert's not to blame. I mean, who's that schmuck that always sits there and talks bad about
Acho?
Yeah,
Emmanuel Acho.
Yeah, so he was talking about it again.
That guy's a straight up clown, dude.
What a clown, dude. I mean, so it's funny because he was on his show again recently just talking about like, all right, Josh Allen had this and that and whatnot. These excuses need to be resolved in some way or another. You need to be better than those excuses, essentially. And he's like saying Justin Herbert just cannot be better than those excuses. Once again, you look at these stats, dude, 30th most in the league for points per play allowed. Yards per game allowed, 28th. Rushing yards per game allowed, 30. Third down, 29. Terrible. Nobody can recover. From that. Like a lot of games, Justin Herbert found ways to get go-ahead scores late in the game. The defense failed them every time.
Every time.
Bottom line, if we basically just look at like a mid-tier type defense, Herbert will be looking like a Superman at that point. Everybody will shut up. The critics will shut up. It'll be great. So I'm looking forward to seeing that happen this year.
Yeah. So throw your question out, Mighty.
I think he already did.
He already did.
Oh, he did? Oh, I didn't see it.
I think it was a very broad question because I don't know if he means as in Chargers, NFL, because that's extremely, extremely broad.
I was just scrolling. I was like, wait, where did it go? There it is. Yeah.
I would say Herbert then. I'll say Herbert.
I think Philly Riv, the longest streak without a pick.
But I mean, once again, is this NFL or is this because it's like you could say Tom Brady or something like that? Like I'm sure Tom Brady's got a pretty long streak too. So like that's a very wide.
I mean, it could be Peyton Manning too. I would even say
Peyton Manning too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to say Aaron Rodgers had a very, very long streak of not having picks. I think he even had a 4-pick year at some point too in some of his MVP years. So if you kind of equate that to the amount of touchdowns to interceptions, he for sure would be one of those that had not had a pick for a very long period of time. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's saying
TDs, zero interceptions.
Interceptions, like
maybe it's LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, because I think I was thinking like LT because I know he had a lot in the end zone.
I think he has like 4. That's a good thing because he has like 4 passing touchdowns, but 0 interceptions. Yeah, Oh, you got it, dude.
What is it?
It is. It's LT. Yeah.
Oh, my dog. Guys, I'm a genius.
Oh, let's go.
When I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent. I'm the best there is. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. There we go, Mighty. What's up? Come on. Hey, look.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Well, the one thing too, yeah, that's where I'm thinking he did state it as who has the most pass TDs, not as a quarterback.
Yeah, I was thinking quarterback.
A lot
I was
to
thinking quarterback.
take in.
There you go.
There you go,
it is.
Mighty man.
Hey-o.
Thanks, brother.
Mighty, what's up? What's up?
Dude,
what's
thanks,
up?
man. Good stuff, man. And yeah, Andrew and I were at the game. Andrew and I were at the game when LT broke the record too.
Yes,
so
we
that
were.
was a great time, man. Great time.
Oh, dude. Absolute best, man.
Great time.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, like, it was amazing being there. And we met LT as well. And he's such a cool dude, man. So nice. He had his LT kids there.
Great times, yeah.
You know, we were Dave and Buster's playing a bunch of games. I had to beat you at every game I played. No problem.
Dude, I just like hooping all the time. Pop a shot all day.
We were doing that hoop thing, bro.
Yeah.
Hoop's so fun.
So
hoopty hoop. Yeah.
The hoopty hoop. Yep.
Keep it on the idea of quarterback and having our angel, the heavens opened and he heard the angel singing. Love to see that Herbert's back. And, you know, it's kind of just an observation, too. If you look at, like, what he's been practicing, he hasn't been practicing in heavy cleats by any means. He's got the dad shoes right there. Those are like the Air Monarchs, I think is what they're called. Yeah. The all whites, very $40 shoes at Big Five kind of thing. That every dad goes out there and goes to Home Depot and cuts the grass in. But he's basically trying to wear like standard shoes to not put a lot of pressure on his foot. So
right,
I like
kind of take it easy a little bit. Yeah,
keep it easy. Let it just kind of do its thing. He's not trying to overwork it or anything like that. So it's great to see. And you love to hear what you're hearing from the camp when you got Herbert back. Like 4 touchdowns in a row. Like just lighting it up. Asante Samuel's saying great things about having Justin Herbert back. It's like he didn't even miss anything, and he actually seemed like he elevated his game since coming back. So awesome to see. Awesome to see Justin Herbert back.
Yep.
Yeah. You want to see another clip here? This is Easton Stick.
Yeah. Well, I'll pop over to Easton Stick too, because I know we're going to talk a little bit about him too.
Yeah. Let's do that as well. But oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Okay. So here's the question here. Only QB to throw for 380 yards and rush for 90 in the same game.
Yep.
I'm off the top of my head, I'm saying Michael Vick.
It could be Mike Vick.
Yeah. Yeah, like maybe like prime Michael Vick. Yeah.
If it's a if it's the Chargers, I mean, there's no quarterback that I could think of at immediate moment.
It would definitely not be Phil Rivers. He was
definitely.
He might have had 90 rushing yards his whole career.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, it's like there's no way.
I mean, I would maybe say Herbert, but
I mean, Herbert's the only one that comes to mind.
The only one I could think of, but
I don't think he had that big of a rush. You know, myself. Yeah.
By the way, I was going to say this too. Those shoes are way better than cleats. I hate cleats. Cleats are horrible because the bottom is so hard.
Harsh on your foot.
Dude, they're not great. So I play, guys, when I'm dominating out there on the softball field, all right, let me
look at this guy. He's like dominating on the pod because he's getting an answer right now. He's trying to dominate on.
Hey, look. What did I say? What did I say, guys? I piss excellence, dude. That's what I do.
Oh my goodness.
So hey, I'm the best there is. Anyways, but like,
don't forget that I got my buttons back.
You do got those back. You do got those back. But I will say this. And again, the knobs are easy to twist. Knobs, funny word too. Anyways, but I wear basically like trail running cleats. They're perfect because it's softer at the bottom, but it still gives you plenty of traction. So, man, I don't know, dude. Like, flat rubber turf trainers, they're fine, dude. Andrew the Dominator, I like that. Miguel, what's up?
Oh no,
that's perfect, dude. That's perfect. All right, watch this. Stick is going to run off to the side here. He just gets blasted, dude. And I remember watching this over and over again. I'm like, good God, bro. Like, he's not even getting down to protect his spot. Watch this. Boop. Jeez Louise.
Well, and like the defender walked away like, no big deal, dude. I almost broke that dude's back.
Yeah, and I keep thinking, I'm like, he's doing things wrong, and it's really weird. And by the way, 67 is hot garbage, dude. Like Leatherwood is terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I am very curious to see if he makes the squad. Just watch his blocking right here, guys. It's pathetic is the only word I can describe. It is so bad. For a big man, this guy sucks. Look at that. Look at that. What are
you doing, bro?
He wasn't even there. Like,
in front of the guy.
Bro, I could have speed bumped him better than that, dude. You know what I mean? Oh my God.
Yeah,
Either
it's
way,
funny because even
pretty bad.
Leatherwood, he didn't even seem like he put his hands out at all. He just like kept
Yeah.
them right to his body. Like,
It's
what are you
weird.
doing, bro?
Well, and then contrast that with Joe Alt. He gets on you and you're just there. You're going nowhere, bro.
Yeah,
and like, well, I could even show you this next one right here if you want to see it real quick. I just pop it over real fast.
Sure, let's look at it.
This is the play right after, and I'm like, oh my God, dude! Just look at Joe Alt on the right side right here. Just watch him real quick, guys. He gets on you, and you go nowhere. What up, Ether?
He's white on rice, baby.
Up there's
Right
here, right there. Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Watch this. Okay, watch this. He does such a good job. Oh, I think this guy comes in. There we go. Watch this.
Boom.
Look at that. He sets his base, his feet. It's so different. It is such a different contrast. But it's like, how does the other guy not know how? And watch him. Watch hot garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad, dude. Okay, he did okay on that one, but
Yeah,
these guys
fine.
got all confused. They should have had stick no matter what. Those two guys just made a stupid play.
Well, it's crazy to see Fisk downfield with him too. The entire run, like that's amazing.
It's nuts, dude. Yeah, Fisk looked great, by the way. I mean, I think they're very happy with him. So, anyways,
yeah. I mean,
Aether's got feelings. That's exciting.
This kind of just really shows us, though. Like, I mean, like, why are they?
Are you going to confess your love for me, Aether?
Why are they giving Easton Stick more reps? Like, I mean, we know he's not a great quarterback, like, and so, but maybe that's why, like, they want him to gain his confidence or something like that, like, I mean, most of the time the quarterback is just going to be a second head for QB1, but clearly he's not doing what he needs to do as if he actually gets the role. So like, so that's the question, like, I'm posing. Why are they pushing Easton Stick so hard?
Yeah.
Well, because he's currently the backup. So the thought is, okay, we want to go get Huntley, but okay, you got one more game to prove that you can do it. If you don't, I don't think if he has a great game today, he's out. Because there's going to be a lot of players. There's going to be a lot of QBs we can go after. So,
yeah.
I mean, I could think of, hell, Bailey Zappi I'd almost rather have than Easton Stick, and that's saying something. Bailey Zappi, of course, Bailey Zappi's not terrible, but Stick just doesn't look good, dude. His footwork is horrible.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing to watch how Stick plays. I mean, I think we could go further on Stick more and more and more if we wanted to. I mean, it's just this is his chance. This is his chance, and he's got to figure it out. I mean, I don't imagine. To me, he's Herbert's boy. So there's kind of this like buddy club kind of thing, and I think he feels comfortable having him as a 2. But once again, Harbaugh wants to win, and you need your number 2 to come in if you're in a pinch, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
and again, guys, if Herbert's not out there, we ain't going to go that far. But here's the thing: you still need a serviceable quarterback to come in and play
100%.
okay,
100%.
right? Like, he's not going to be Herbert. But you got to figure that out, right? So, okay. So my question,
go back to that question. I think, there you go. Chargers player with the most tackles of all time.
I think it's Sean Merriman, actually.
Merriman.
No, he just said it's wrong.
Oh.
Dang it.
I was going to say Seau.
Yeah, maybe Seau. I would say Seau probably.
Mattress just said Junior Seau. So was it?
Yeah.
It's Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did Aether say?
Oh, wow. Eric
Weddle.
Weddle.
Whoa, dude. Hey,
really?
You got that Weddle jersey, son.
And I got that Weddle jersey on. Let's go.
Got that Weddle on right now.
Oh,
I have the answer on my back.
Oh,
come on, man.
We gotta send you that $2 back, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, dang,
We
man.
just got electric.
I guess okay. You know what? I think it's Sean Merriman is the sacks leader.
Jackson. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Eric Will did have a lot of games where he had a high amount of tackles. So yeah, I guess there's kind of that.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I could see that happening. So Aether put in kind of comment talking about how Justin Herbert has talked with Easton Stick. He's going to light it up. Save his job. 23-28, 310 yards, 3 touchdowns. Chargers 31-20.
Okay.
I mean, that would be a statement game And that would
save his job.
And the one thing too, like I'm going to say last week, his first 2 drives weren't bad. No. Like can't fumble on the one. That's a no-no. Like that's literally a no-no. You cannot do that, period. And
yeah,
I there's like progress to it. And once again, learning new offenses, everything like that takes time and everything too. But I just feel like Easton Stick's got a little bit of pressure on him that he's getting from these coaching staff. I mean, once again, I feel like our last coaching staffs might have been a lot more loose. Jim Harbaugh is not going to let mediocrity be on the team, essentially. Yeah. Like he was an exceptional base players that love football.
Yep. Yeah. This is the out route to Lad McConkey right here. You don't quite see the whole thing, but his Easton Stick's footwork was a lot better on this. Watch this. Yeah, that's how he needs to throw.
Yep.
But Lad's that was just an easy pitch and catch, right? And it's weird. Like he has a good rep and then he has crappy reps. Then he has good reps and he has crappy. So he needs to get to that point where it's more consistent. So that I guess that's what I'm getting at. Is like it just frustrates me that he's so up and down. Like why the hell is he? It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, and you hope to be able to see better from him. Now, once again, we did sign Isaac Rex. For some reason, I want to say he's like sounds like a dinosaur or something for some reason. Every time I say his name, it sounds like a dinosaur. And
it is
Isaac Rex. T-Rex. Yeah,
Tyrannosaurus Rex over here.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, but it was funny the video clip that you showed of his injury that he had on his ankle. Like I looked at him, I was like, he does look like a 35-year-old that sells me a used car at a dealership.
Yeah,
kind of thing. And dude looks like a big guy, like very big guy. And I mean, Andrew, you did a whole video on him, and it's interesting to be able to see what he could do in this game. It's one of those guys we want to keep an eye on.
So prior to his injury, I'll just say this: prior to his injury, they all thought he'd be a top 3 tight end drafted. That injury happened. It was at the very end of the year against USC. Snapped it. I mean, it was horrific. It was bad, dude.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating because the kid had tons of talent. He has amazing hands. Wasn't really the fastest guy. I don't remember him being a great blocker either. So I'm curious to see how they use him. But I do think signing him, though, would say that they are not happy with their tight end room at the moment. So they may as well work people out. Right. Yep. So I think, I said, kind of going back to Easton Stick also, the reason why Easton Stick can get all the reps is, hey, you have a whole team, you have a whole game to prove that you can go do it. Yep. And if you don't do it, then guess what? We're going to go find somebody else that maybe will work. So,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest issue is that Easton Stick could be a Herbert guy, just kind of like Shane Day is, it kind of just helps Herbert build his confidence with understanding plays or something like that, too. But I mean, not to say that Herbert, isn't figuring things out himself or whatever like that, but just to have another voice, another set of eyes and stuff like that, to see what he needs to see or whatever like that, but that's the only downside or the thing that I can personally see why they would keep Easton Stick, even if he doesn't perform that well.
Yeah. Well, and then one thing too, with the signing of Isaac Rex, per Daniel Popper, Hayden Hurst, Will Dissly, Tucker Fisk has not practiced this week too. So I don't know if they're just kind of holding them out or Fisk will even play in this game. Obviously, Hayden Hurst took that nice shot that Stick decided to give him in game 1. So obviously they need to have some tight ends on the field. So, hey, let's give them a shot.
Yeah. And I think, what's up, guys? Yeah. And I think the whole coach thing made sense to some degree, but at some point you need a backup quarterback that can actually play some football, dude. And he hasn't shown that he can play football. Right. And I guess that's my only argument. Now, again, is Bailey Zappi the guy? I mean, dude, Huntley would be amazing. I'd love to have him because he'd be a completely different type of QB. In fact, you'd almost want to use him occasionally, maybe goal line situations or something like that, right? This is kind of a good little play here from Stick, though. I will say, ball goes to Spiller. I did a short on this one as well, but he does a good job. There's some pressure. I think 35 just blitzes straight. I mean, literally untouched. It's like, oh my God. And but look at this. Just go north and south, man. That's the frustration I have with Spiller. His footwork is so strange to me sometimes because he tends to just do this wiggle thing, and it's like, well, let's just bounce around, and just go north and south, man. I don't understand why he does
on your runs. Like he loves doing that shucking and jiving is what I like to call it. Like, look, just take a side and go. Like, plant that foot, go. Like,
finish it.
Finish it.
Yeah. So
it's really frustrating.
It is. I think that's where the coaching staff gets frustrated with him for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, just to go back to one of the other running backs, Kamani Vidal. I mean,
he showed
off a couple of his runs. I mean, that one run that he had for, I swear it was like 8 or 10 yards or whatever it is, and just how tight he was inside, like the tackles essentially, and just playing so well. Like I remember, I think it was Matt Money Smith talked about it. He's like, man, he just reminds us of another number 30 guy, Austin Eckler. Like same kind of look, same kind of tight run, just staying kind of small behind everybody else, the bigger guys, and then just finding his gaps. And Kamani, man, is a solid pickup for us as a 3-back, essentially a 2-back, because they call Gus and JK 1A, 1 and 1B essentially. Yep. I'm excited about where Kamani's going to be for us, and how he's going to do, and I'm excited to see him do some more solid runs this game. You assume at this point he's going to get more field time,
right?
Yeah. One last thought, by the way, on Stick. I know last game, did you notice Stetson Bennett was out there the entire game?
Yep.
That's the game they gave him, right? So they said, okay, this is your final game to show us that you're the backup. And so, and you're right. Like, I think Spiller's auditioning for the Cowboys.
Yep.
I think other teams are going to be, they might want him. They might take a flyer on the guy. I mean, we'll see what happens, but it's really interesting.
I mean, he was a guy that was highly touted coming out of college, and he was, I think, the second RB in that draft, if I'm not mistaken. I know it was round 4, I believe. Maybe that was the Bijan Robinson draft too, but either which way, he was definitely highly touted coming out of college, and so for whatever reason, he has not made it work here with the Chargers. So different regime, guys. Different regime wants different players, and they want specific type of players. If you don't make the cut, you're out, in my opinion. So
well, and I think they want physical running too, and he just doesn't do that. He kind of, which is weird because he's a big guy. He's like 220. Like he should be able to do that, And I'm like, man. So it's frustrating when you see just what he does.
Yeah.
Week 1 game, pregame, postgame. What's the plan?
Yeah, we'll probably do the pregame on Saturday, I assume. Probably Saturday,
the day before.
In the morning, we will be going to the stadium to hang out in Thunder Alley and such. So,
yes, that's right.
Game will be after the game. So, not immediately after the game because we'll be at the game. But
it'll take a minute. We'll be talking about it, on the way back, and then we'll go live and make something happen.
Yep, no doubt. We can't wait for it. Week 1's just right around the corner, guys, and. Another offensive player that's kind of been balling out this week. I don't know what it is. And Jim Harbaugh talked about it, and he said, hey, man, like, it takes a little while to kind of get things going sometimes, figuring out the offense and everything too. But seems like Quentin Johnston's kind of been elevating himself quite a bit the last 2 weeks. And maybe it's like that same idea of Jim Harbaugh where he talks about just the plane, like the progression of going up in the air kind of thing. And maybe that's just a thing. Like QJ might have just been kind of relaxed, trying to focus on his specific little things to now he's finally getting his final form of himself. And so, that catch that he made over Fulton, I mean, dude, I swear he was like, I don't know, what was it, 5 feet up in the air, 6 feet in the air? I swear the dude was like just way up in the air catching that ball. I mean, that was amazing to see. So I'm excited to see if QJ could get some more catches this game and see him progress. Well, I mean, he definitely would be a needed body for this wide receiver room and hopefully take the next step.
Yeah.
Most forced fumbles in all-time Chargers history.
Yeah, I mean, on QJ though, like we've talked about it enough that we do have faith that QJ is going to be he's going to have a good year this year, and so he's going to be able to show everyone that he actually has the juice. I think that's just, at least that's our hopes and that's our dreams. So yeah.
Yeah, man. I really hope so. I really hope to see him there. Most forced fumbles, I would probably say Man, I keep thinking Sean Merriman for some reason.
Yeah, or Sayal maybe, but
yeah.
I mean, Cooper or Phillips. I mean, they were dogs too, man. They were absolute dogs.
Yeah, and QJ has worked hard to get himself where he needs to be. He really has.
Absolutely.
I think so. Yeah.
He's and again, he has the talent, but you notice he's using his hands to catch the ball too. Sean Phillips, okay.
Oh wow, Larry got it. Yeah.
Wow. I could see that.
He was a part of a great defense. He was absolutely part of a great defense. And I always love seeing Sean Phillips on the field. So staying on theme about defense, Dean Leonard, it's interesting, man. He had such a great game against the Rams. He did phenomenal all around. And, even to say, going back to Matt Money Smith, he talked a little bit. I was like, this guy could push for somebody's starting job. Remember like 2 years ago when we got him, and I remember him being in preseason games, getting penalties all the time because he just wasn't able to see the ball very well or look at the ball. And he was more worried about the player, less than where the ball's at. And he kept making a lot of mental errors. I mean, this guy's fast, 4.3 type speed. This guy's got good size, physical guy. From what I've seen so far, it's good to know that we have another cornerback on this team that could step in if necessary. And Dean Leonard's one of those guys that could find his way at some point. I mean, maybe it's this year, maybe it's next year, as a potential starting cornerback, as long as he keeps this progression up. So once again, I'm going to be watching a lot about Dean Leonard this game too, and I'm hoping to be able to see more progression from him.
Yeah, he's a stud. He's a stud. I knew he would do well, but he's looked even better. Here's a good little play from an undrafted free agent as well too. That I pulled up. I thought it was pretty interesting. Zamari Walton. Watch this. So watch Stoops. So this is him right here. He follows him. Complete man coverage. You can see him tracking.
Cut him off.
It was a good job. Great job there, though. I mean, he tracked him across the field. Perfect. So I know Ather was talking a lot about Jesse Minter's defense. The thing is, we're gonna play a lot of man, guys. It's a lot of man coverage. And look at this. He trails him the entire time, cuts him off, reads his face. Boom.
Boom. Great play. Blanket.
My ball, sucker. And I'll tell you, blanket. I mean, it's just good little plays across the board, man. I mean, I'll try and tee up the other. I want to do the video of T.R. Tart, that tackle for loss, and then secondarily Dean Leonard interception. That was pretty big.
That's awesome. Yeah. And John G. So I'm in Mesa. So and we've talked about possibly getting a group together. There is actually a Facebook group of people that do connect, and we've connected at the draft when I did the stream for the draft earlier this year in Tempe. I think it's Charger fans in Arizona is, I believe, that the group on Facebook, and they have been putting together watch parties. They haven't done anything for like preseason, but during the regular season, they're going to be doing watch parties. And I know they were doing it originally in Scottsdale. I think they were trying to talk about it this place in Tempe that we were at. So just keep an eye out on that, and we can do some posts when they do, where you're going to watch wherever game. So.
Yeah, good question by Bolt Lighting. This has been asked a couple times. Who makes the last wide receiver spot, Rice or Fehoko? Man. I think this game is going to be the game that's going to determine that conversation. I really do. And they're going to have to do it with Easton Stick, which is kind of hard for them, right? Because apparently, when Herbert came back into camp, he was just balling out with everybody, right? And so, it's going to really boil down to they got to get on the same page with Stick.
Well, and the whole thing, Hall, 9,000. I'm not seeing that right for some reason. Tart was surprising. I wonder what the Dolphins didn't like in him. I mean, the whole knock on him for the Titans was effort. He kind of gave up on plays sometimes. I mean, the guy literally fits to the T to what Jim Harbaugh wants. Just kind of a nasty, bully kind of player. And this is something that we've been lacking, in my opinion, for our D-line for a very long period of time. And I was wanting to get T.R. Tart in the offseason, and Jim Harbaugh even wanted to get T.R. Tart in the offseason. So this is one thing that I think is a great fit for this team, and I think it is a phenomenal addition to this team. And we're going to have, I think, a much better interior D-line now at this point. So I'm excited about it. But As for wide receivers, yeah, Brendan Rice balls out today. I think that sounds funny the way he said that.
Bowels out today.
Easton Stick, if he's playing the whole game, I mean, quick pass, get the ball in their hand and let them do something with it. That's all you got to do. Don't do anything too exquisite. Don't look too far downfield. This game should be get the ball in wide receivers' hands at this point. Right. We don't even really know what we have. Simi Fehoko essentially has been outplaying everybody at this point.
Yeah.
But at the same side, like, you got to see what you have with Brendan Rice with the ball in his hands. So
and Brendan Rice dropped a few balls as well too.
Yep.
And so he's not looked great in these games, and balls that should have been caught, right?
Yep.
Oh, hey, there we go.
Y'all talking about balls so much. I was like, oh man.
Speaking of Dean Leonard, watch 19 here.
Yeah, something for the ladies there,
right here, this guy right here.
Yeah.
See, good job. Boom. Dean Leonard again.
Love it.
I mean, and by the way, like, it's hard to chop some of these up into shorts.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. It doesn't translate. So that's kind of why I sort of like to do this right here. But look at this. Great. Look at that. He's running he was what, 5-6 feet away from him, and he recovered that entire time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like he's looking great, man. And I just feel like, he's going to push these guys. Look at this. Look, he's way away from him. Boom. Anyways, very cool. So yeah, we can talk about that. This is the question. J.K. Dobbins hold off Edwards in week 1. I can see that. Like I said, I think J.K. Dobbins is the number 1 running back, but I think it's 1A, 1B,
What they basically said, whoever has a hot hand gets the most carries. Like, if you're playing well, you're staying out there kind of thing. And I love that competition. Let's make it a competition between Gus and JK. I'm in. Let's go.
So
hold off Edwards. So wait, he's meaning so he's going to take the job. JK is going to take the job for week 1, or is that's what he's trying to say?
No,
but
he's saying JK Dobbins is going to outplay Gus to not make Gus be on the field as much. So essentially, JK will take over the position for week 1. We'll see. I mean, Gus is a goal line guy. Like, I mean, not saying he's not a goal. He can't play well in any part of the field, but last year he had 13 touchdowns and it was a lot of goal line type situations. And so he's not a long ball kind of guy. JK is one of those like long run type kind of guys.
Right.
And so he's definitely more the true prototypical type dynamic type back. Gus is more just hey, I'm going to punch you in your face type of guy, and I'm going to get those tough yards kind of thing. So
I don't know. I mean, like, I kind of see Gus Edwards as a bit of. I understand that's how they played him at Baltimore, but like, I don't think they're going to go with the same scenarios with him this time. I think if anything, like he could be like the Derrick Henry for us. Like, I mean, yes, maybe a little bit more of a power back for sure. But I mean, yes, he's not a finesse back or whatever, but I don't know. Like I did have chats with Ithir about this one, like outside of, YouTube or whatever like that. And he's, and I do think that Gus Edwards is going to be the guy a little bit more. So like, I mean, that's just the way that I feel like, I mean, because I feel like it goes along with Greg Roman's whole power running offense than anything else, though,
and I remember hearing a while back, and I want to say it was like the Eagles or something like that, but they kind of had a situation where one of the running backs had basically the first 50 yards of the side of the field, and then the second running back had the other 50 yards to the goal line, essentially. And they kind of traded things back and forth. Like, Gus Edwards is one of those guys that you could be like early down, wear down the defense, like hit them, punch them in the mouth, make them think about trying to tackle this guy, make them like tire them out, essentially. Like, that's the way that I've always viewed Gus Edwards. I do think, once again, I know we're kind of going a little bit off topic on this too, but I do think we're going to throw a lot more than people realize. How do you try to suppress Justin Herbert's talent and what he's doing in camp right now and say, you're not going to throw as much anymore? Now, I'm not saying he's going to throw 40 something passes a game or anything like that, but guarantee Herbert's going to get his throws in. I mean, it's just too much talent with his arm to not basically use it.
There's plenty of spread we saw also too, guys. I mean, there was plenty of spread. Yep. Yeah, they're going to be doing a lot out of everything, and they're going to run out of the spread. They're going to mix it up a ton. So, all right. So here's an interesting little play. Simi Fehoko here.
I was going to say JT Woods, but yeah, either which way. If you want to put your play up, put your play up.
Yeah, so this right here is Simi Fehoko, because everyone was talking about Simi, and he's looking good right here. He's right here. So he does a good job running a route, much more aggressive, catches the ball, not touched, gets up and moves again, gets another like 12, 15 yards. I mean, and
yeah,
I don't know, dude, like he's a big guy. He's playing well. I don't see him losing a job, but man, Rice, it's weird. Like there's something going on there. Now, again, it's different having Herbert out there than Stick, right? Because Stick is not as good as Herbert by far. So,
and the one thing too, if you put Brendan Rice on in and cut him, essentially hoping to be able to bring him on the practice squad, will another team pick him up? I would assume so at that point, just for the fact of pedigree, and potential with him. So, like, I really, that's the whole thing that the Chargers are going to have to figure out. Like, if you leave a guy on the wire, will he basically get picked up? And you would want to be able to have Brendan Rice, in my opinion, to let him progress with this team further. But I mean, we only have so many slots for a 53-man squad, and we can't go too heavy with 7 or 8 wide receivers or something like that. Might be a little heavy, in my opinion.
So here's literally the next play, and it was an interception. This just goes to show you how inconsistent Easton Stick is. Watch this. He basically throws off his back foot. This is 100% on the quarterback. Watch this. Happy feet. Boop.
Yeah.
And like there's only so much somebody could do there, right? And it's so frustrating. Like, and again, he had pressure in his face. I get that, right? You can make an argument. Well, he had pressure in his face. But dude, you're in the NFL. You gotta sit there and make that throw, and it's bad.
Yeah, he didn't turn his body at all either. He just did more like that was the problem. He just he was facing that right side and then didn't just like adjust himself to make that throw, and so that's why he overthrew it and stuff. So crazy.
And John G, that's a great question about Brendan Rice. Honest question. If his dad wasn't his dad, would the energy be the same? And, you go back to like Michael Jordan's son, you go to a lot of guys that are like fathers of legends, and there's pressure on their shoulder, right? Like to perform like their dad. And, I wouldn't be surprised if Brendan Rice is doing that. I mean, when he was at USC, he played well, Caleb Williams, he did really well. He did very well with him, but you're at the NFL now. It's top tier talent now at this point. And you got to find a way to perform. I mean, it's kind of weird how he did end up getting into the 7th round too. On top of that, I mean, he almost essentially got undrafted at that point.
Right.
But you hope that his dad is teaching him up and doing well. I mean, I'll say this, like in camp and, daily camp, he's looking fine out there on the field. So it's just, once again, not a lot of wide receivers have had any really opportunity, period, in these games, because we just have not had a quarterback that's able to throw the dang ball.
Right.
Yeah. And here's a good rep to Fehoko again. Like, I think, a number of possessions later, but watch this. He does a good job of setting his feet a lot better and getting it out there. Look at this. Here we go. Boop. See, moves the pressure. Look at that. Great ball. Great ball. And it's so
it was good.
See, but I guess that's my point, right? That's the difference between a top tier quarterback and a low tier quarterback, right? Yep. The fact that, you're not, I mean, by the way, Elijah Dotson did a great job of blocking that linebacker as well coming in too. I mean, watch that in general. Cause I know it was a big knock against Spiller as well. I mean, watch him block, I think it's 54 here.
Yeah. Leatherwood actually did a good job too.
Yeah. Leatherwood did a better job, but look at that. He did a great job. Gave him a pocket to throw in. So again, preseason's tough, right? Because you're trying to figure out what you really have. Okay, who could run block? Who can't run block? There's a lot going on there, right? So they're evaluating all these things.
Yep. Yep. And even to say, like, going back to like some players to watch on this team too, JT Woods,
JT Woods.
JT Woods.
JT Woods. What's up, JT Woods?
Yeah. So he's once again one of those guys that it's been an anomaly since we've had him I think we drafted him in the 3rd round a couple of years ago. Like, we don't even know what we got with this guy outside of things that we hear that he's not a physical guy, can't tackle essentially too, but they're putting him at the corner. And Jim Harbaugh talked about it, and he's like, man, he just started being a corner this week, and he didn't play bad at all. And I have thrown that idea out there about putting him in the corner because of good size, speed, and everything from him, but tackling is the issue that I've seen with JT, and he didn't play bad at all last week. I mean, he did good on some corner blitzes. He got some pressure. He's done it a couple times this year, and so the cornerback room, to an extent, has gotten pretty crowded. Fulton, Asante, Leonard, to Cam Hart, to Jasser, to, what's the other guy that we drafted? Oh my gosh, I can't think his name, but
Cam Hart.
Cam Hart
and Tarheeb
Johnson.
Yep. Oh. So we got a lot of cornerbacks here, and
Cornelius Johnson is a wide receiver, Kyle.
Yeah, sorry.
I was like, no.
Yeah. So I was just throwing his name out there just because we haven't talked about it for a while. So
yeah. But we'll see what JT Woods could do and find his way on this team. And I mean, it is kind of weird to think about, like, if you would cut a 3rd round pick that you really haven't had a whole heck of a lot of field time with, but maybe that's one of those guys that could find his way on the practice squad. He's got to make an impact somewhere or another here. So,
well, the other thing too, remember guys, all the defensive backs are playing multiple positions. So they're playing safety and they're playing corner and they're playing slot. So they're cross training them, which I think is great because JT Woods probably isn't really a natural safety in the NFL. I think he was fine in college, but in the NFL, probably a better corner. Like he will be an above average corner.
Yep.
All right. So this is another thought here from Aether there, James.
Me and James discussed this. Coach Harbaugh is going to give Herbert defense to keep us in the game, running game, and protect. He has to deliver this year. If not, what we doing? Go James. Yeah, it almost sounds like he's like cheering for me. Go James.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm pretty confident Herbert's going to do what he needs to do. And I'm pretty confident he's going to deliver good results. I mean, when you look at like our bookends with Slater and Alt, I think we have an extremely solid blind side, left tackle, one of the best in the NFL. You got obviously a guy that's could potentially be an all-pro kind of guy real quickly with Joe Alt. The middle of the line is kind of the one thing that you kind of have to figure out. Zion to Pipkins to Bozeman. That's where we got to figure things out a little bit with this line. And I think we're going to be fine in that point. But I think all around, Herbert's going to deliver. Obviously, after first year, it's not like he's going to make some drastic change and get away from Justin Herbert. Herbert's going to be with us for a bit, for sure. And I'm sure he's going to be great under Harbaugh. I mean, Harbaugh came here for him, essentially. Like, he knew he could have gone probably to the Raiders or something like that, but they don't have a quarterback, dude. Like, they don't got a top 5 guy like Justin Herbert. He's sticking around.
They got Minshew, son. They got Minshew.
Come on.
Yeah.
They got Minshew and Rodney Farva, dude. Come on now.
Mustache Jesus.
Leader of cola, dude. Leader of cola.
Yep.
Larry's asking, can the Chargers convert Tooley as an inside linebacker? I don't personally think that's a reason to do that. I mean, I think he's kind of a tweener kind of guy, in my opinion. But dude, that guy's a beast. I guarantee this year he's going to get a lot of sacks, dude. I mean, the way that this D-line is stacking up right now, I kind of, as a prediction, I'm kind of going to say we might have one of the top D-lines in the league at the end of the season. Like once again, you win and lose games at the line, right? Think about our O-line. If our O-line performs at, say, a top 10, top 5 obviously would be phenomenal. Top 10, I'll take top 10 at that point. And if we got like a top 10 type D-line, dude, it's going to get nasty, guys. It'll get real nasty. So, honestly, keep Tooley, Bud, Mac, Bosa, and obviously with Bosa, it sounds like he's going to be ready for week 1. Same thing with Derwin James. I mean, this is going to be an awesome D-line to watch. Awesome D-line. And especially, once again, Morgan Fox, don't sleep on him. And then that Tierra Tart addition is, I think, very, very big for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, don't sleep on our defense. I think our defense is going to be great. This guy right here is going to be awesome too.
I can't wait.
Yeah, Junior Colson's going to be good. Yeah.
Dude, dog. Like, I love to be able to see this guy on the field. I mean, once again, dog. The one thing about him, man, he didn't need a lot of practice. I get it and understand he practices good and everything, but he understands.
That's right, dude. He's going to eat, dude. He's going to eat.
Yeah. He knows this defense, so it's not like it's going to take a learning curve at all for him to be able to do his job. And even in practice, he's looked very, very good. So I'm excited to be able to see Junior Colston on field and see him out there balling with his boys. So I'm excited. 2.5. I always think it's Joshua Kelly when I look at 2.5 there for some reason. It's throwing me off. Linebacker at 2.5 with a new 2.5 jersey. What's going on here? But either which way, Miguel, your D-line is pretty top-notch too, huh? Okay. All right, buddy. All right. I get it.
Remember our defense, 10 sacks, week 1. Wow. Okay.
I mean, the Raiders do have some injuries on their O-line. I mean, that's why they chose Gardner Minshew as their starting quarterback. Like,
right.
Aiden O'Connell is a statue, essentially. He does not as mobile as a guy at all. He does a pretty good job of throwing the ball around, but that's why Gardner Minshew is the starter. Like, a guy that's got starting experience. Aiden O'Connell only played a couple games last year. I mean, they needed a mobile guy to be able to work away from that O-line and be able to be mobile, period.
Yeah, so a lot of people, by the way, a lot of people don't realize, so this is the Dean Leonard play before his interception.
Yeah.
Watch this. And look at how Stetson Bennett just sort of, he gets kind of lazy on this throw. Watch this. Kind of interesting. I was a little shocked when I came back and watched it again. He just got kind of lazy on it. He just sort of flip. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, he had to get the touch out there, but I felt like, I don't know, like it just seemed lazy. I mean, like it's like just a quick little flick.
Yeah.
And like he didn't throw him open. I guess that's what I'm getting, right?
Right.
And that's really where
towards the back corner enough.
Yeah, he didn't push the back corner too.
Yeah, but here's the actual interception, I believe. Actually, let me tee it up real quick. Okay, that's right. Then they did a handoff, and then I think this is the interception. Let me just tee it up real quick.
Yeah, I love how like Bolt Lightning's basically saying he's like, wait till we have all our stars on defense. We're going to be a top 10 this year.
Yeah, we definitely are.
If we could just be at mid-tier 15 and just keep scores low, like what we've done in the last 2 preseason games, dynamite. This team will be dynamite. Like, it'll be absolutely ridiculous to watch.
Yeah, and again, Herbert's going to score points. Someone made a comment about how, like, I'm not impressed with Greg Roman. It's not the offensive play calling, right? It's the execution is the problem, right? Yeah. Perez, it doesn't know the system, and Stick is not executing the system, right? And the offensive line is not executing the run plays correctly, right? So, there's a difference there.
What was the stat though? Like last year, is it like, okay, if we kept the scores to under 20 points or whatever every game,
28
we would have
28
points. 22 and 6.
22
we lost. We were 1-9 by 1-score games.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just saying that's going to be flipped to 9-1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So here's the interception. Watch this. He gets a little less lazy on his feet though, but watch this. And he tries to do this like juke move. Ooh.
Yeah.
And then he just jumped the route.
They did the exact same play. It looks
exact
like really.
same play. Yeah.
And the same receiver. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was crazy to me. I'm like, so he knew it was coming. I don't know why he did that stutter step. It was weird. Like it's also getting a little glitchy here too.
That's all good.
I saw it. Yeah.
But like, but it's weird to me that like, it just goes to show you the difference between a starting quarterback and a backup quarterback is huge. Just understand that, guys. Like, as much as we're picking on Easton Stick and saying he's hot shit and horrible, not hot shit, crappy shit. Wait, that makes sense.
I was gonna say that kind of goes different,
Yeah. That didn't make any sense the way I said that, but
no, he's sticky shit.
Sticky shit.
I mean, the thing is,
you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing.
I mean,
she's pretty hot though, by the way. I ain't gonna lie to you, dude. She's pretty hot, dude. Come on now.
She's all over the dang place, dude.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, she is.
But the thing is, though, you can't have a number 2 that's Justin Herbert, essentially.
Yes.
You can't have that. It's very hard to be able to find that kind of level of quarterback as your number 2 kind of guy. So once again, there's a lot to look at in this game, guys. There's a lot to look in this game. We're an hour away from the game starting here too, by the way. So we're excited about watching the game and such too. So a lot of players here that are going to be on the field trying to get a job. And this is a big job for them to take, and a lot of money on the table left if they get on the 53-man squad too. So I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to see it, and I hope that we're going to see something better with Easton Stick. And once again, I do want to reiterate, cuts do have to happen by Tuesday. So 53-man squad has to be established by Tuesday. So any trades or anything like that happen, they're going to be coming up pretty soon. I know the Browns have already done a couple trades, defensive tackles too. I mean, Tyler Huntley is one of those guys that I've been wanting to go after. He makes a lot of sense. I did want to say something too, and I guess I'm kind of doing a little bit of like my last thoughts here too. I know we're a little bit hour in the show too, but understand Greg Roman hasn't had a quarterback like Justin Herbert. Like you think in the NFL, he's had basically, Alex Smith, Kaepernick, Tyrod Taylor, and Lamar Jackson. Now, I'm not belittling Lamar Jackson by any means. He's had 2 MVPs. I get it. I don't think he should have had the MVP last year, in my opinion. But Justin Herbert's a different animal in the throwing game, in the passing game side of things. Like, he is a guy that could get the ball downfield. He could be that guy that could really, really do damage with the ball in the air. And so I feel like this offense might be a lot different. It's, once again, don't suppress Justin Herbert's ability to throw the ball. Like the run game, don't suppress him, dude. Keep him out there and let him chuck the ball around, man. And let the running game be a part of him to be able to close out games, essentially.
Yeah, I agree.
The way I look at it.
Well, and again, you could lean on the running game if you're up to probably 2 touchdowns, right? Then you can play some Marty ball, but then also, okay, cool, we got to get some points. Spread. Let's spread the ball out, And so I think that's when the game management conversation comes in. Okay, so let me show. This is my last video. You got Gerard Clark here, and then you got Tier Tart right here. And again, these are obviously Tier Tart's going to be probably our starting defensive lineman. He's that good. Stills out there. Hakeem Dent. This is our boy.
Morris Brash.
Yeah. But watch this. Look at these 2 butt and gut guys right here. I kind of like this combo, guys. Yep. I'm a little bit like, this is a great rep because both of them look really good. And Gerard Clark looked really good up to this point as well too. He was getting double teamed almost the entire time. And it was pretty interesting. But watch this. This is the TFL on Tier Tart right here. Look at that. Sidesteps him. Dude, this guy just got dirt napped, dude. I was like, so I did a short on this one too. Yeah, but watch this. Like I don't know what he did. Like it's like he's on the ground, like
forward, dude.
Yeah, it was weird. Whoa! Whoa! My God! Looking like a clown on me. And then he grabbed his ankle. Oh my God!
That guard fully he just went straight, and then Puna just went right around him.
So crazy, dude. I was like, what is that? Whoop! Oh man! You ain't gonna make this that way.
You just got tarted, dude.
You got tarted, bro. You got tarted. You got tarted.
But was done, son.
Look at Gerard too. He double team right there. Look at that.
Yeah, he took 2 people out right there. He go 58 and 68.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm just pointing out, this is the whole point of these 2 fat guys in the front here. Jam them up, close the A and B gap down, just lock it down. Yeah. And dude, if we could get that guy to play hard every rep, forget about it, dude. That guy is the shit, dude. He's that good. Boom! Look at that. Sorry, son. Welcome to the NFL, Rook.
See you, bud.
Right?
Put him on the ground, dude.
It's crazy because with Cart's move around that, he basically tripped, or that player tripped the center too. So he took out 2 players in that.
It was crazy, dude. I was like, whoa, dude. Like, that play was – I watched that play probably 100 times, dude. I was like, man, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, good. Dennis. And that's the thing I like about Tier Tart. He adds a nastiness. I mean, the one thing they've been saying a lot about this defense is be a bully, essentially. Yeah. And that's what I think that Tier Tart brings to this team, being a bully, essentially. So I'm all for it. I love it.
Yeah. Cowboys signed cornerback Ron Bland. Missed 2 weeks. Oh, wow.
That's harsh.
Ooh, that's not good.
He was an absolute stud last year too.
Ooh. Yeah, he was.
That dude, I'll tell you, man, the Cowboys are a mess right now. I mean, whatever they're doing as a team, I mean,
well, Jerry Jones ain't doing much with that because he's hasn't really picked up any players in the offseason at all. So
yeah. And he hasn't even signed CeeDee Lamb either. too. It's like,
what are they doing?
And CeeDee Lamb's one of the top wide receivers in the league and definitely one of Dak's top targets. I mean, the thing is, though, you got what's the other guy? The other wide receiver. He's been in the league forever, it seems like. But either which way, that team could be an absolute mess this year, in my opinion. Like, and I mean, Ezekiel Elliott being starting running back 1, like, dude, no way.
Yeah.
Well, so I'll just say this. I'll wrap up my thoughts here. I think we're going to see a lot of Easton Stick. Easton Stick's going to be fighting for his jobs. I wouldn't expect this to be a high-scoring game again, but I'll say this: if Stick doesn't score a touchdown, doesn't look good, he's gone. And I think there's going to be too much talent out there available when teams cut down to 53 and move to the practice squad. There'll be enough players we can go after. Hell, they might release Perez and Easton Stick and just get 2 guys. And put them on the practice squad, because to me, my thinking is this: Perez is okay. Of course, you probably could put Perez on the practice squad and be okay, no problem. But getting another guy, just somebody that can just be a little bit better, a little more accurate, would be big. Right. So he's the one I'm going to be watching the entire time. I mean, I'm going to watch his footwork and see. And again, that's what all coaches are going to be doing as well too. So again, I'm not expecting much of an offensive game. It's let's figure out the offensive line. Let's figure out the defensive line, linebackers. It's all depth. This game is for the guys that are on the bubble that are most likely going to be released. They got to show that they belong in the league. And so that's what this game is about.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I couldn't say it better myself. But there's been a question in my mind for a while now, like maybe over the past couple of years. And I guess I'll just kind of end with this question that maybe the chat can think about a little bit too. Is that, do you think it's possible that sometime in the future that we'll see the quarterback situation be a little bit like baseball pitchers, where we have like a solid, like a rotation of quarterbacks, as opposed to just having one star quarterback that's going every single game, like maybe just to protect the quarterbacks, like the people that were paying the most there, So, part of me actually wants to think that might happen in some near future, like maybe not necessarily our team or not this year, but maybe some team might do that where they just kind of keep rotating quarterbacks or something. And if that's the case, then that quarterback 2 position is going to be the most important position as well, because it's going to be like, you're not a quarterback 2. You're a rotational player now. Like you're in every other game or you're in every other play. I don't know how they would do it, but it would be really interesting. And that would actually mean then that the quarterback super flex position on fantasy football leagues will be even more important too.
Yeah, for sure.
So, anyway.
It's going to be interesting, guys. My prediction is Stick is gone. That's what I think. I think if they stick with Stick, no pun intended or pun intended, I think they made a decision already. I actually think they probably already have a decision made. They're just, all right, go out and see what happens. You got one game to prove yourself and maybe you land on another team or whatever. Yep. But, hey, that's the NFL. And again, the argument that he's a good coach for him on the sidelines, yeah, cool. But you know what? He's got a lot of coaches on the sidelines that can help him out. So, you're paying the guy $2 or $3 million a year to just be a clipboard guy. No, I don't think so. So you need a guy that could step in and play to win games. And so right now he hasn't proven it, unless he comes out and has a great game. Probably the only way he saves his job, in my opinion. I mean, if he does what Aether says he'll do, which I think is pie in the sky for sure. I mean, if he gets one touchdown, I'd be surprised.
I thought you were talking about that $200. I think he's still like 150 shy of that of our bet. Yeah.
No, I think he's 200 shy. Interest, bro. Come on now.
Interest. Hey, inflation, baby.
Inflation. Hey, Bidenomics don't work, folks. Just so you guys know, Bidenomics don't work.
Bidenomics don't work. That's for sure.
All righty, guys. Well, we're the Bolt Bros. We'll see you guys at in the next one. Okay.
All right.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Bolt Bros.
Bolt Bros. Let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here, watching Bolt Bros podcast. Let's go.
Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night.